Breaking news, viewers and subscribers. 1 kill, several shot at Chris Martin grandmother's work in St. Catherine. Jamaican reggae dancehall singer Chris Martin, popularly known as Chris Martin, is left in sorrow after at least 8 people were shot, one fatal at a walk for his grandmother in St. Catherine. Now the article says, hours after the incident, he wrote a statement on the matter on Instagram. My heart is heavy this morning as I reflect on the tragic event that occurred last night at my beloved grandmother's walk. She was a woman of deep faith and endless sacrifices. Someone who taught me the true meaning of love and community. It's devastating to see violence cast a shadow over what should have been a moment of peace and remembrance. His statement continues, I condemn all form of violence and extend my deepest sympathies to the families affected by this senseless act. I pray for those involved to come forward for our family, come forward for our community, to support the authority in bringing justice. Jamaica, we must do better. Life is too short, precious to be consumed by violence. Let's choose peace.
You know what's the Vibes Cartel come out of prison, right? A Vibes Cartel make me write the song that me writing. So we have to represent the world boss a little bit, yeah? Remember say him give me my first hit song. What was the name of the song? Huh? Let me test something. XO.
Now watch you now, my people. Labour Right and PNP a party under one roof, and all I can see is love. This is love. This is what love is. I pray for the day if you see this in Jamaica. Check out where I go here, sir.
Alright, here one. You say Labour Right and PNP will live through the wickedest time in Jamaica. 72 to 82. I will live to survive it. So we are celebrating. Politics is not about killing and hunting, it's about celebration, because we know what go. So we are in.
Now we are going to this one go on further on down to the broadcast. They are telling say, just the Labour Right woman chicken bubble and trouble.
It is an obtuse and perverse logic that a government that is doing what it's supposed to be doing is being criticized. And I know when I speak this way, there are a lot of people that are squirming in their seats. They can't take it because they can't take the truth when the truth is told.
I've bemoaned over the years that it's probably easier to buy a politician than to become one. So no, look, let's make everyone benefit. Not only those with deep pockets.
But a lot of people feel it's politics time. I don't ready for politics time yet. We will campaign on our record of performance. And what I am busy doing is building. Whether it is a social house where a family has been improved.
So no. Look, let's make everyone benefit.
A housing scheme house where someone who is earning minimum wage or a little above that can purchase.
And I've been saying this for years. Let us re-examine our policies. Let's make everyone benefit.
Or we are building new roads, bringing in new buses, bringing in new garbage trucks, building new ports. We are the government that is building Jamaica. We understand infrastructure, and this project will not be the last one.
And I've been saying this for years. Let us re-examine our policies. Let's make everyone benefit for Jamaicans to actually be able to afford healthy food, especially protein. It's time that we re-examine the duty protections that we have on chicken meat.
Now welcome back to another exclusive for live. Now blessing goes out to all my viewers and all my subbies, all my well wishers. Like, share and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Coming up in today's topic and review. Now blessing my viewers and my subscribers, and thanks again for tuning in to another hot topic discussion and review. Now in this one we have some quick update that I'm gonna run to you, and these updates are very important because from the entry of the video you can see where Mr. Andrew HOLNESS is saying that people are criticizing his management of the country, in which I think frankly so, because I'm not disagreeing that Mr. Andrew HOLNESS is not building Jamaica, but are he building a balanced Jamaica where the average person in Jamaica can able to enjoy all the benefits which him say my bill for them, is another question. When we have Lisa Anna, a prominent member, I think should be of the PNP party, cause this lady always speaking in the best interest of the nation, not just the ones them will have long pocket or deep pocket are the people them who have money in Jamaica. Cause Jamaica is a country right now whereas if you have money you are right, you will love the Prime Minister, but if you're poor you're not gonna love the Prime Minister. Cause in time you know say, as Miss Lisa Anna is saying, that the average household cannot afford to buy a simple thing as a chicken. Where I'm living right now, chicken a stone dog. Chicken is so cheap. KFC and them something that is nothing. And you see Jamaica people kill up themselves over KFC. Come on people, no need for wake up. Now I want to listen to what Miss Lisa Anna is saying. Also in this one, I have a special leak voice note for you lot, my viewers and my subscribers, for hear of the Financial Minister Nigel Clarke exposed in a leak conversation with an individual who claim he's a doctor but is also a gay doctor, that says that he attended gay parties up at Cliffview's house.
When did the Prime Minister leave? When did the Prime Minister leave SFL? I am not aware of that. But the Prime Minister came out and said publicly that what he had there was... The Prime Minister came out publicly and said when he left SFL. And you are the Finance Minister. And you are speaking to me and say you want me to understand what's going on. And I'm asking you, when did the Prime Minister vacate SFL? And I'm saying to you, I would have to Google it to find out what he said. That's not information. As the Finance Minister, you would have to Google to find out when the Prime Minister said something to this magnitude. When he said, sir, this is what I need to understand. You don't know when the first. You know why not to go to the top of your head that from 2018 you see about money was gone. But you don't know when the Prime Minister left SFL? Google it and let me know, Dr. Clarke. Well, can you Google it as well? I mean, I know the facts. Well, right off the top of my head, I know what he said. Here is what he said. But, sir, okay, all right. The reason why I know you said so because you said was defrauded. That's not my focus is. My focus is not on, there are 1,000 people who have money at SFL. I'm not focused on any of them. It's you who you're speaking with. I've been to the up in Clinton's house with the big parties on the New Year's Eve and see everybody who's there at the gay party.
After detailed interrogation with Mr. Clarke and this man, Mr. Clarke decided to call back the man because he seems to feel unsatisfied with how the conversation was going.
Dr. Clarke, why are you calling on the phone? You have crossed the line, Dr. Clarke, and you think I'm stupid.
And to how it was seems is like Nigel Clarke get exposed in some deep shit. But first,
by your account and verify that you're the one that did all of these transactions.
You sent SMS?
Yeah.
Jamaicans a scam Jamaican, bro. Come on.
before me get into them topic there, my first topic me go run with or not is this one where this scammer be aware of scammer cars like this. But frankly, me I say to myself, me don't know how people can get conned by these individuals because they sound so amateur, they sound so fake. Now, I think many people might get caught into them find out they're the scammer, but then the scammer convince them say them are gonna split the money with them, click the link, and then probably end up click the link and end up losing everything. Poopa Jesus, check out where I go on here so and be on an alert.
Am I speaking to Vaughn Wallace?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Wallace. My name is Roy. I'm calling from the NCD Fraud Department. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Alright, so you need to verify some activities on your account because we've placed it on hold due to suspicious activities. Where's the last place that you used your card?
Credit card?
Yes. Where's the last place you used it?
I think it was at Little Caesar and Popeyes.
Alright, because we've been getting complaints because the 7 Crave app, you've been getting complaints of customers calling about using the 7 Crave app and that their account has been compromised. Hence the reason why I've called you and we've placed a hold on your account. What I need you to do for me, if you check your text message, you will realize we sent you a secure link where you can go there and verify your account and verify that you're the one that did all of these transactions.
You sent SMS?
Yeah.
Jamaicans a scam Jamaican, bro. Come on. Hang up your phone, bro.
You got the text message?
Jamaicans of his scams Jamaican, bro. Hang up your phone.
Bro. Calm down. You know, bro. Calm down, bro.
Go overseas, bro.
Bro, you know code, bro. I bank where I'm not you, brother. I bank have to give back your one. You have to know them things, brother.
Tech support me there now. I can't deal with the link way better than that.
No, brother, man. You may say no, cause if it does corporate, man, I will split the food and make a bank give back your one. You have to know them things, brother.
But you're not calling about split food.
No, we can talk. No, we can talk. Link me off here, bro. No.
But I don't understand how this even works, because the link just way after me.
Nah, man, the link no way after. Just you click on the link.
I click on it.
You just click. Bro, if you click on the link, just click on the link, bro. As long as you don't enter the information, you're good, bro.
No, man, you're good, man. I'm good already. Currently, I'm going to come back. I know JPS and sort out that I found more and I'm good. I'm not click the link.
I'm a boy, no say I would, man.
But still, go overseas, man. Help our white people here.
No raid, my father, man. Cool life, man. You hear that?
Big up yourself.
Oh, my viewers, I don't know what you get from that, but all I know that, yeah, them call for rob the man. I ain't time the man bust them turn you on and I tried to turn this individual into a criminal as well. Now, you can let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Now, listen to what Lisa Anna, very important message about the food crisis in Jamaica. Cause as we know, food is one of the most important thing to any human being. So as I said, when Mr. Andrew Holness a build up house, and him a build up road, and him a build up building, and him a build up all of these luxury for the people them, and him don't realize that the simple things them of Jamaica, like a chicken, means more to a Jamaican person than a big house, because Jamaican people rather full them belly. Remember me I tell you, try know that, Miss Andrew Holness. So listen to what Lisa Anna have to say. All well-thinking persons.
US dollars in chicken neck and back is what we import to Jamaica annually. 13 million US dollars in beef offals. That's like the liver and the kidney. Beef trimmings is 16 million US. And then rice is 84 million US dollars. And so you might be asking, Lisa, why do you import so much US dollars worth of animal and rice? Well, it's simply because Jamaicans cannot afford to buy chicken, beef, or fish to feed their families. So they must resort to the parts of the animals, the cuts and the trimmings. Now, here's a disclaimer. I'm not in the PNP shadow cabinet, so what I'm about to say may not contend with their views. But this is something I've been speaking and writing about for years. In other words, the pot a boil, but the food not enough of the family them were out there. And I would like you to think for yourself and re-examine the data of some long-held beliefs of what others have tried to impose on you, saying that it is supposed to be in your best interest. Today, I want to highlight one of those beliefs and say why our people, as a result, remain unhealthy with obesity, high blood pressure, and other primary health ailments. It's because they can't afford to buy a balanced food basket. And for the non-vegetarians, this is because the price of chicken meat is out of their reach. I'm not going to any other meats today. You see, for decades, Jamaica has had a 250% duty protection on chicken meat. Globally, in other countries, the average import duty rate on chicken is 24%. So why are we paying 250%? Or why is the duty rate 250% in Jamaica? Is this really in our people's national interest? Or are we serving the interest of very few individuals, in particular 2 companies? Now, before you all have a knee-jerk reaction and say, but Lisa, it helps protect it because it helps with local production. Let us look at the data rather than emotion. You see, the international cost breakdown to produce a chicken is feed, largely corn. That makes up 61% of a chicken. Baby chicks is 18%. You have to house them, that's 7%. Other inputs are about 10%, and labor is only 4%. We don't make feed in Jamaica. We don't produce corn. We don't produce wheat. We don't produce soybean. Those are the inputs that go into the feed for a chicken. So what we refer to as feed mills in Jamaica are largely big silos and a mixer that blend up everything together, these imported inputs, and that goes into the final product, much in the same way that a mason, mix up concrete, which are sandstone, cement, and water. But at least in concrete, all of those inputs are produced in Jamaica. So the local feed for chicken is actually totally imported. So in effect, the local Jamaican direct cost input of chicken is less than 10%. Therefore, I really challenge the logic of providing excessive duty protections to any product with a local input that is less than 10%. I've been saying it for years. All of the inputs in animal feed are traded as commodities in the marketplace globally. And like oil, that price fluctuates in keeping with the laws of supply and demand. I bet you can't tell me how much corn has come down over the last 2 years. The price of corn has fallen from $801 in April 2022 to less than $392.50 today. Check it for yourself on tradingeconomics.com. You see, on straight mathematical terms, with that kind of 50% reduction in the cost of feed, which represents 61% of the cost input of a chicken, our chicken prices should have gone down by at least 30%. But guess what? They went up. So who is really benefiting? Certainly not the Jamaican people whose citizens find it hard to afford a whole chicken for dinner on a daily basis. Certainly not the workers at the factory whose pay remains much the same, and certainly not the Jamaican economy, as there's been very little growth in the agricultural sector generally for years. Did you know that if you apply for a permit to import a container load of chicken in any form, back parts, breast, wing, thigh, whatever, the Ministry of Agriculture first refers the matter to the two chicken monopoly producers to find out if they have any objections? Tell them to challenge me on this. What do you think will be their response? With that kind of system in place, there's effectively no real competition in the marketplace. As a matter of fact, there's no marketplace. You pay what the two local monopolies decide you should pay. And since it is so obvious, you will wonder, well, why is this backward policy been allowed to continue for decades? Well, the false fallacy is that we're saving the livelihood of 30,000 small farmers. But is this really true? And maybe after this video, you'll find them finding farmers who said, no, we've benefited, etc. But ask yourself if it is really true. Is it really true? It is the same two producers who sell the baby chicks to small farmers, the same two producers who sell the feed to small farmers. So it is in their interest to put the price of chicken as high as it can be so that they can convince us that they're actually acting in our best interest. So you see, when a mother comes into my constituency office and says, like they do all the time, and especially now with back to school, why MP, I need help with 50 chicken and some feed to send them go back to school. Either the state or me will actually purchase the chickens or the feed. But guess where I'm purchasing it from? The same people. So it's a vicious cycle that's not benefiting our people. And I feel so strongly about it because I'm tired of it. So here's a suggestion that might actually be in the best interest of Jamaican small farmers. And it's a suggestion. Reduce the duty on chicken to 50%, which would still be twice the international norm, and use the duty collected, because we actually don't collect any duty now. And use that duty to purchase baby chicks and distribute them free to small farmers. Them not to buy it. Therefore, and you could also eliminate the duty on feed and allow anyone, any little job mandora, if they need a permit to bring in container loads to bring in chicken. It should not be only the big people who get permits. The result of such a policy or suggestion would not only lower the prices for chicken, but more people would be engaged in raising chickens. Jamaica has one of the highest diabetes rates in the world, and that is directly linked to the fact that they consume so much starch and carbohydrates because they need to feel full. They can't afford to buy protein. And this is because the average family is not feeding their families properly. So Jamaica has a policy that has kept the price of chicken high, which only benefits two chicken producing monopolies. And it puts the nation at a health risk, and then imposes on the general poor public to pay a high price for chicken, thereby having an unhealthy diet. You know, Marcus Garvey said, and his birthday was recent, that chance has never really satisfied the hope of a suffering people. And it's a powerful declaration because it means that to change ourselves positively and indeed the lives of the oppressed, we need to have deliberate purpose of effecting change, not to tinker along and hope that things will fix themselves. That is a foolhardy approach and quite frankly timid. I've bemoaned over the years that it's probably easier to buy a politician than to become one. So no, look, let's make everyone benefit, not only those with deep pockets. And I've been saying this for years. Let us re-examine our policies for Jamaicans to actually be able to afford healthy food, especially protein. It's time that we re-examine the duty protections that we have on chicken meat.
An investor in SSL. It is alleged that SSL has been a prominent campaign supporter to the Jamaica Labour Party. Is that factual, Dr. Clarke?
Now let me explain to you what going on so real quick. Nigel Clarke phone up this man, said this man is eligible for an article that he posted about him and the Prime Minister and some other issues that the man have with the government. However, Nigel Clarke called the man and the man start question Nigel Clarke and ask Nigel Clarke all kind of question. Now Nigel Clarke never know say the man did record him. You see, me I say to you, so the man while up Nigel Clarke with beer points and hang up him phone. Now Nigel Clarke will call back the man now and act like say more find out who the man is, and the man video call and rate it. Now the man just start cause Nigel Clarke and say no who you is, and me know say I send you and send, you know what I mean, man come lula me and them thing there. So no bother with that, especially like how me rate it. And remember say me know only no cause remember made Upper Cliff use house. Once the man said that, people, Papa Jesus, me say beer sir and beer apology. Nigel Clarke start apologize to the man, and the man say I'm gonna release it. So when you can listen to what I go here, so it definitely doesn't look good on the financial minister.
I just joined the politics in 2018. I can't talk about that. It has not been in the time that I have been here.
Dr. Clarke, I'm aware when you came into the Jamaica Labour Party, I'm aware how long the Jamaica Labour Party has been in power, and when it's been in power, I'm aware of what's going on in Jamaica. I'm asking that with the recent campaign that just went on when you was elected.
Yes. No, SSL wouldn't have featured there because SSL was in serious trouble by then, so they wouldn't have been involved in that campaign.
So there was no campaign that SSL was involved in with the Jamaica Labour Party.
I can't speak to when I was not there. So, I can't do that.
Yeah, but as a finance minister, you have the documents and the...
But you're missing the point, Diana, sir. You're saying that the Jamaican government stole money. I mean, that is something that...
The Jamaican government is in power to oversee what's going on, and you are the finance minister, and $3 billion of your money came out of your house, and you don't know nothing about it.
Sir. It's a private entity that had a bad actor who stole
exactly
money.
But however, you are asking public entity, the citizens who are public citizens, to repay the salaries of a private company that stole $300 billion. Make it make sense when the people are suffering.
No, stole $3 billion. Stole $3 billion. No, so what, sir?
$3 billion. That's what I said. $3 billion. That's a lot of money.
Do you want
to not know? Yes.
No, sir. Do you want the investigators to find the culprits and bring them to the court?
I do believe that you all know the culprits.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of citizens speak out against Prime Minister HOLNESS, and instantaneously they are found and located. So don't tell me that $3 billion of your money got removed from your country and you are a finance minister and you have no knowledge to it. If it is that you had no knowledge to it, then the recognition should be put in. But why is it so important for the finance minister of Jamaica to ask the citizens, public citizens, to repay a private company? What is this in it for you as a finance minister to ask the citizens to use the taxpayers' money to repay salary for a private company that fraudulently stole $3 billion under your watch that you supposedly knew nothing about? Why would you want to repay the workers?
And I'm public. Not repay the workers. Yes, sir. So I would not want to pay for any of those salaries, but I'm faced with a choice. The investigators need access to the workers just for a little bit longer in order to get to the bottom of the fraud.
They get fired and sent home, they don't get no pay. Public citizens have nothing to do with that. Public citizens have been crying long enough. That's a lot of public people, money over 40, well, it's over 70, 75, it's not 74 accounts that was taken out. And you are telling me that, the Minister of Finance knew nothing about it. This is not $100 we're talking about, or $200 US we're talking about.
You're being unreasonable. You're being unreasonable.
How am I being unreasonable? If I have a company, I'm a management of a company, and somebody stealing swindling money from my company, and I'm management and I know nothing about it, then I need
sir,
Let's put it this way. All of Ukraine's money was stolen before 2018. All the money was taken out before 2018 in the case of...
How long you have been a member of the Jamaica Labour Party?
Been a member of the Jamaica Labour Party right before I got appointed as minister.
Right before you become minister?
Yes. I just think I understand how you feel, but you're looking for answers, but I am with you. I'm doing what I am, I'm not a career politician. I've not been doing it from I've been 20 years. I came in here to
rural read among others. Rural read among others have been caught blatantly out in corruption. What action has been taken for those? What action has been taken that they've been put in other positions? What action has been taken for those people?
I think he's before the court. He's been prosecuted.
And among others, that's been that lady that's been paid for the Ministry of Education.
I think that she's been investigated.
And while being investigated, she gets position moved to another position.
No, she's not moved to another position. But sir, I want you to please understand me that that Jamaica has a lot of problems.
Remember to like and subscribe because this is just about to get crazy.
Dr. Clarke, the support that you just spoke of, Dr. Clarke, you got it island-wide across the board 3 years ago. And now with that mass support, 3 billion.
What am I doing? What am I doing? We've discovered fraud. We recovered the fraud that went on 2008, right? By 2018, all of the same post money was gone. And we have brought in international investigators. We are funding investigation.
When did the Prime Minister leave? When did the Prime Minister leave SSL?
I am not aware of that, but the Prime Minister has come out and said publicly that what he had there was...
The Prime Minister came out publicly and stated when he left SSL, and you are the finance minister, and you are speaking to me and say you want me to understand from your point of view what's going on. And I'm asking you, when did the Prime Minister vacate SSL?
And I'm saying to you, I would have to Google it to find out what he said. That's not information.
As the finance minister, you would have to Google to find out when the Prime Minister did something to this man.
Sir, this is what I need you to understand.
The reason why I have to go to the top of your head that from 2018 you see about money was gone, but you don't know when the Prime Minister left SSL. Google it and let me know, Dr. Clarke.
Can you Google it as well?
I mean, I know the facts.
Well, right off the top of my head, here's what he said. Here's what he said. But, sir,
okay,
all right. The reason why I know you're saying because you're saying was defrauded. So that's where my focus is. My focus is not on, there are 1,000 people who have money at SSL. I'm not focused on any of them.
Cliff Hughes, who you're speaking with. I've been to the up in Cliff Hughes' house with the big parties on the New Year's Eve and see everybody who is there at the gay party them.
After heated interrogation with Mr. Clarke and this man, Mr. Clarke decided to call back the man because he seems to feel unsatisfied with how the conversation was going.
Dr. Clarke, why are you calling up my phone? You have crossed the line, Dr. Clarke, and you think I'm stupid. Okay, I will put it out to the public and make the public be a judge. I'm here speaking. I put out an article, and you call me, tell me that the article is liable. And I'm explaining to you where it's factual and so on and so forth. We're going. Now you gone and you clicking, and you doing your investigation, you summarize. You're asking, oh, are you the doctor? You're a pastor? You're at Universal Life Church? Can you go on video call and call? Who you think you're talking to, Dr. Nigel Clarke? These things, you are a corrupted man. I know, as I said, I'm Jamaican. You know, the ghetto, my born and grow. I elevate myself and move out of the country. And I'm gonna put this out for the public to know. Everything that you've been talking about has been recorded. Let me just let you know that. And it will be out. You're rude and it just proves how nasty and corrupt. Why the hell you need to see me on a video call? Why the hell is it important to know if I have a church? So you can send out your goal. I know who you is. I know who Dr. Horace Chang is. I know who Andrew Holness is. Ask Patrick Bailey, who is Dr. Jermaine Gordon. I'm a very close friend of Patrick Bailey. And I will put in out the article, this recording. So don't think I'm scared. So send your goons. You're rude. Have yourself a good night, sir.
Sure. Sir?
I'm here.
Sir? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Sir? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello? Hold up. You seem to be convinced of a particular point of view. I was simply having a conversation with you.
As I said, I know what politics give.
No, it's all right. Okay.
I know what politics give. I know the corruption. I know that I am an open, let me tell you who is Dr. Jermaine Gordon, an open gay person. Yes, who know all of your secrets, who know every single one of you, who mingle on that side of the fence and hypocritical in the party. I will blow you out. Go ask Patrick Bailey who you're speaking with. Go and ask Patrick Bailey who you're speaking with. Go and ask Cliff Hughes who you're speaking with. I've been to the up in Cliff Hughes' house with the big parties on the New Year's Eve and see everybody who is there at the gay party them. Only just a set of hypocrisy and corruption. Not that I'm leading to say, I'm all for saying Jamaica have its right to stand and say no homosexual law is okay with it. But I'm just showing you the extent of the corruption that I know. Because you're interested to know who you're speaking with.
Right, sir. Okay. All right, sir. I really apologize for angering you. I'm just doing my job of interfacing with people who are upset and trying to explain things.
No, we're not upset. You got me upset when you asked me to go on video call. When you try to investigate who I am.
I'm being, no, sir, I'm just being myself. And you misunderstand. I don't mean any harm. Like what your parents. I'm sorry for your experience.
I mean, if I was in Jamaica, but I know you're not long enough in America.
Yeah, please, sir. I understand. You public experiences that are very, very negative. You've seen things and heard things that, and you've probably been, I can't imagine. I understand that you are justifiably upset and I don't mean.
No, we were having a conversation. We were having a conversation trying to understand your prospect of going behind. No, you indirectly threatened me. You indirectly threatened me, and everybody knew when you asked me.
I did not. No.
Dr. Clarke.
When you explain to me your history, I completely understand your trepidation when I asked you that question. I completely understand, but I wouldn't have known of that, sir. I'm just being. I was having a conversation with you, and I'm trying to.
I'm having a conversation. Okay, I'm having a conversation with the Minister of Finance. What is the important? Remember, hold on, Dr. Clarke. Dr. Clarke.
Yeah.
I'm having a conversation with the Minister of Finance of Jamaica. Yes, and
yes, sir.
You called me, and the first thing you called me about saying that I put up something that's liable. Okay, we move on and we're explaining and we're talking. We're having a dialogue. At no time at all you disrespect me or I disrespect you. However, there was a time when you went on to ask, you start doing your investigation, indirectly investigation. Are you a doctor from
No,
are you the pastor? Oh no, not that. You not that person. Are you? Can you do a video call? Why is the importance for the Minister of Finance to see me on video call?
All that I was doing, Dr. Gordon, all that I was doing is that I'm having a difficulty making progress in the conversation. And sometimes, when you're all your conversations, it's like that. And I was just saying, all right, maybe if we spoke face to face, I could show you stuff. I could bring something up on a screen, take you through public of the same things that are in the public domain.
Suspicious behavior. As the man start talk about them little illicit parties, he might tell him man sorry and all of them things.
In the public. But I'm just taking the conversation on a level. Don't. I am sorry that I clearly, capitalize on violence. And I apologize for it.
If it's in, of course you're gonna apologize because you wanted to know who I am, and I'm telling you who I am. I'm not somebody hiding.
No, I understand. Yes, Dr. Gunn, I understand. Well, when you tell me what you just told me, I totally get where you're coming from, and that deep place of distrust and cynicism. You have seen, you describe it, people who are hypocritical, who say one thing and do another. You've seen a lot, and I understand your perspective, and I respect that perspective, sir. I'm respectful to you throughout the whole conversation, and I did not mean to. I wouldn't have known of that background. I would have known of how, there's a kind of distrust that you come to the conversation with.
Come on, don't try to preach it up, Dr. Clarke. You wasn't trying to be nothing. You were just trying to identify who you're speaking with. And you went into your little political ways of trying to ask indirect questions to figure out who I am. And when I wouldn't go there with you, you invited me to do a video call.
Yes, sir.
And big up Scott James laugh. And also remember, don't believe what I'm saying in this video.
Every baby put up the other man said it. Video man, catch that. Catch that. Are spinning close by right now.